Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the horror remake Pet Sematary hitting store shelves, along with the sci-fi drama High Life, the romantic drama After, as well as the fifth and final season of Gotham. And Grindhouse Releasing is putting out a Blu-ray of the 1976 action thriller The Tough Ones, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. Alright everybody, we are in at Walmart here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Pet Sematary 2019 for $27.96. They have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital for $22.96 and the DVD for $17.96. Now, John and I did a movie review on Pet Sematary. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the descriptions if you guys want to hear our full and unfiltered thoughts on Pet Sematary here. But I gotta admit to you guys, this is not the movie that I certainly wanted, and I know a lot of people were really hyped about this movie. I remember when the first trailers came out, people were like, wow, it looks really cool and great, and man, it looks scary, and I can't wait to check this out. And to be perfectly honest, guys, I thought this one really just, to me, really failed in a lot of ways. I don't think it really worked. I think that the characters were not as effective as it could be. I thought the scares were not as effective. I thought the story was not as effective. I thought the changes that they made from the 1989 version to this one, I don't think they improved it. You know, what I'm looking for in a remake is something that's going to improve upon the original, and I don't think this did it at all. Whether it was the cat, or whether it was the little girl, or whether it was you know, the character of Judd that John Lithgow's playing, I just don't feel that anything was improved in this compared to the 1989 original. I just felt like it failed, man. It failed big time in delivering a remake that could have really been updated in a very unique way for the modern times, but I think it failed to live up to it. I really do. It's a shame, but honestly, the 1989 original is still the best one to get, quite honestly, guys. I think this one fails in comparison. It really does. It's not a great remake. Is it okay? Maybe, but still a letdown for me, guys. Quite a bit of a letdown indeed. I like the cover, though. The cover is really cool. I think this was one of the theatrical arts. Shame the movie isn't as good, though. And it says there's a bonus digital movie of the original Pet Sematary only on Vudu. Well, you can get the original for a fair price. And, you know, why would you want the digital copy? You can already get the digital copy anyways if you buy the original version also. So, again, is that a selling point for this? Not sure, guys. Then over here they also have this Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of a 2-movie collection of Pet Sematary and the Pet Sematary original for $27.96 right here as well, in this really big case right here. Again, man, if you saw one of my Blu-ray pickups videos recently, I have the original Pet Sematary. I love it. This 2-movie collection I don't need because I don't really love the remake. I just don't really think it's all that great compared to the original. If you guys do and love the original Pet Sematary, 2-movie collection is not bad here. $27.96, not a bad price for both of the movies. Again, if you like the remake. If not, might not be worth picking up, guys. Then the next thing I'm seeing over here is they do have this 2-film collection of Shazam on Vudu plus Wonder Woman on disc, only at Walmart. Now, Shazam is coming out next week, but they just have this here in case you guys want the Vudu code instead of just wanting the physical disc. But again, for a lot of you guys, I know you like the physical disc, so might as well wait. But if you didn't want to wait, well, they do have the Vudu code along with Wonder Woman if you have not picked it up yet. $27.96, not bad. Only at Walmart right here, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Little for $22.96 and the DVD for $17.96 right here, guys. And oh, I caught this one on Amazon Prime right here, guys. I did. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into, because I remember seeing the trailers in the theater and I was like, God, this does not look good. This looks pretty rough, man. The comedy looks lame, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And sure enough, I did not like it, guys. It's basically about this woman who's a real, I'm not gonna lie, guys, she's a real bitch. And basically, there's this curse on her that she ends up becoming a child again, and you know, the comedy of that, and how she's got to learn to be a better person, and yada yada yada. Oh God, you know, I've seen a lot of these movies before, and there's a lot better ones than this. This is really unfunny. The jokes do not land. The characters are really mean-spirited, and it's okay to be mean-spirited as long as you're funny. But these characters aren't funny at all. The jokes don't land, and honestly, I just don't think there's much of a lesson to be learned in this movie. There's better films like it. The acting is just so-so here. It's a really just forgettable movie, man. It really is. The trailers were forgettable, and the movie itself is pretty forgettable as well, guys. It's from the producer of Girls Trip and Night School. Well, that tells you all you need to know right there, guys. Yeah, I wouldn't invest your time in Little at all. Frankly, I want my hour and a half back, but I know I'm not going to get that. But yeah, this one, not really good, guys. I would say skip this one for sure. Then over here I am seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of High Life for $17.96, the DVD for $12.96 right here. And I caught this on Amazon Prime, and I was really interested to check this out because I watched the trailer, and man, the trailer looked really fascinating to me. And I got to admit, the movie itself is interesting, really interesting, but it's kind of boring. It's really long and dragged out, and there's a lot of times where really nothing's going on at all, and you kind of want the film to pick up the pace a little bit. And then there's moments where the film is going full tilt, and it's really doing a great job of really running on all cylinders. I did think the performances are great. I thought Robert Pattinson, great. Juliette Binoche, awesome here. Mia Goth, everybody does a great job here. Even the little kid, I thought the baby did a decent job as well. I like the sci-fi aspect to it with the black holes and the science behind it, and I like the idea that these are all inmates and they're on this sort of experiment together. I like that. It's very weird, very bizarre, very odd. It feels long and drawn out. I don't think everyone's gonna love this movie. I didn't quite love it, but I did enjoy it, and I did enjoy just the risk they took in telling this type of story. And I like that these type of films get made, because not many films like this ever get made anymore. It's a unique type of sci-fi drama, but one that going with low expectations, because if you're going with high ones, you may be disappointed, guys. But overall, though, it is a very unique and bizarre sci-fi trip. Let me tell you, very interesting. But again, lower the expectations a bit, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of After for $22.96, the DVD for $17.96 right here. And I saw this movie on Amazon Prime. Oh, God. You know, look, I didn't hate this movie, but this is just a really just watered-down movie, man. It really is. It's just basically your typical young adult teenage romance. You know, she's sort of the girl with high aspirations, and he's the bad boy, and they get together, and you know, sparks fly, and then there's complications, and God, you guys know the rest, man. This is nothing new or nothing interesting at all. It's just oh, it's a typical story. They do nothing really interesting or fascinating with it. I know it's based on a book series, which I have never seen before. Uh, or I've never read, but it's supposed to be a worldwide phenomenon. If the movie is like the book, then I don't really understand why it's a worldwide phenomenon, guys. But for me, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't care for this one, guys. I really didn't. I thought the performances were just okay. I thought the love story was just okay. A little rushed at times. Some of the character decisions are really stupid. Yeah, there's much better love stories than this one, guys. If this is a best-selling book, did they screw up with telling the movie? I mean, let me know, guys, but wasn't impressed with this one at all. I would probably skip this one. I wish I did. Next thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray digital of The Professor for $14.96 and the DVD for $12.96 right here, guys. Now, I did catch this on Amazon Prime. I was curious because I really did like the trailers quite a bit. I liked Johnny Depp in this. I thought he was doing something interesting than the same old shtick he's been doing. Basically, it's about this guy who says he's only got like 6 months to live and he's got terminal cancer, and his life just gets turned upside down, and he decides, well, what the fuck, I just don't care anymore, and you know, I'm just gonna do things my way. I like the movie. I think the movie's good. I like Johnny Depp in the movie. I like a lot of the performances. I like the story. I like that Johnny Depp is trying to get back to some sort of independent roots that he's doing. It's not completely successful. There are certain moments where you feel like maybe he's doing a Jack Sparrow impression at times. But honestly, I do appreciate him giving the effort at least. And it's not a bad little indie sort of comedy slash drama. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought Johnny Depp was good in it. If you're kind of sick and tired of the same old crap that Johnny Depp's been doing and want him to do sort of an indie style film, then give this one a chance, guys. It's not bad. I would definitely recommend it, for sure. Then the next thing over here I am seeing, guys, is they have Mowing the Worm Valley, the DVD for $12.96 right here. Huge giant fucking snake. Yo. Monster movie fun. Following in the footsteps of Blockbuster Mo and the Lost, which I did not see The Lost Legend. Oh, okay, so exploring tombs, killing monsters, that kind of thing. Could be a cool little monster movie. Not too bad here. I do miss some good monster movies. There's some times where I wish there would be more monster movies that come out. But this doesn't look half bad, guys. I mean, I don't know. Some like I've said before, some of these straight to DVD movies sometimes are not so good. But these type of movies I think are international, so they don't really come out here in the States. They just get more released on Blu-ray and digital here. So yeah, I mean, definitely let me know if you've seen this one or seen the previous film and how they are. It looks kind of fun and interesting to me. Not bad at all. I like the cover though. That huge giant snake. Nice. Other than that, that does it for this section, guys. Not bad so far. Let's see what else they got. Alright guys, we're over in this section over here, and the one thing I'm seeing over here is they have the DVD of the 5th and final season of Gotham for $19.96 right here. And everyone has told me this is a really interesting series, because this is one, usually a lot of series start off strong and they sort of fade over time. This one actually started off, from what everyone told me, kind of weak, and that it got better as the series went on. Now granted, I have not watched any of Gotham, and the reason why was I remember when the first season was coming out, and I ended up like watching the trailer for it, and I was like, God, I don't know, it doesn't look that great. It feels like they're kind of milking this thing, and they're starting out with a young Bruce. I don't know, man. And I just didn't watch it. And a lot of people have told me it got better as the seasons went on. The villains got better. The character of Bruce got better. It just got more darker and more sinister, and a lot of people really liked it quite a bit. And I have to at some point give it a chance. Because, again, I heard a lot of people not really like that first season. But again, as it went on, it definitely opened up sort of more of the Batman mythology. And definitely, you know, definitely went more darker. And it got a lot better. It seems like a cool show. I like them really taking a chance on a ton of Batman villains, even ones that are not so popular. I really love that, how they really sort of just did pretty much every goddamn villain you could possibly think of. It looks like a really interesting show. And again, I've heard good things as it went along over the years, so I'm definitely interested to kind of check it out. Definitely let me know what you guys think of the 5th and final season of Gotham. Is it worth it to check it out, or will I be gravely disappointed? Definitely let me know, guys. Other than that, that does it over in this section here. Let's see if they got anything else. Alright everybody, and we're over in this section over here, and the other stuff I'm seeing is they have 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Waterworld for $19.96 right here. And this got the 4K love this week, guys. Damn, really weird for, of all things, Waterworld to get the 4K love, but here we are. Man, I haven't seen Waterworld in like forever, guys. It's been so goddamn long since I've seen this movie. Wow, man, it's been probably a good 15 to 20 years since I've seen this movie. Dare I say, swear to God. And I remember liking it, but man, back when this thing came out though, this was like the biggest flop you could ever imagine, man. This damn near killed Kevin Costner's career, Dennis Hopper's. Damn, man, this thing was a complete disaster. It was supposed to be this huge, epic, bombastic, like sci-fi type of movie, and damn, it just failed big time. I think now that there's been so much time away from a movie like this, I think people are kind of reevaluating it now, and I think starting to like it for what it is. But I remember, man, the backlash against this movie and the hatred was so huge, man. Damn, I haven't watched it in forever, but I gotta watch it at some point again. I really do. I remember liking it, but it's been so long, be honest with you, man. I do like Kevin Costner, and I do love me some Dennis Hopper, so I gotta definitely rewatch this again at some point. But wow, man, blast from the past. Waterworld gets the 4K love out of a lot of movies. Waterworld. Go figure. Then the next thing over here I'm seeing is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Hulk for $19.96 as well. And this also got a 4K upgrade this week. And, you know, honestly, a lot of people look back at this movie and they really hate it, because it's not part of the MCU, and it's a very odd movie directed by Ang Lee. And I think, you know, people didn't really know what to make of it. It was a comic book movie, but yet at the same time it was like this family drama, and people really were like, this is very abstract, and I don't know if I'm really digging this or not. I gotta admit to you, I quite like Hulk. I don't love it, but I quite like it. I like Eric Bana in here. I think Eric Bana does a great job as Bruce Banner. I thought he does a great job. I think Nick Nolte does a great job. He's awesome in here as well. I think everybody does a good job here. I like the design of Hulk. I think the Hulk maybe... The Hulk design isn't great. I like the stuff more from the MCU, but I like how this is a true comic book movie. They even have comic book transitions in this film as well that feel like straight out of the comic book. They even have moments where it feels like it's coming straight off of the page of a comic book and back into the frame. It's really unique and interesting, and I think at the time nobody was really ready for this type of movie, and I think there was a lot of backlash and hate towards it. But I think looking back on it now, I think it's a rather interesting and unique Hulk movie that I think people need to reevaluate. I honestly do. It's better than I think a lot of people give it credit for. If you haven't watched it in a long time, give it a chance again, and I'm sure it looks beautiful in 4K, man. With all the special effects and everything, I think it looks really cool, man. definitely give this another look with slightly lower expectations, but I don't think you guys will be disappointed. It's a pretty cool Hulk story, and they definitely don't make them like this, guys. Definitely give it a look. Other than that, that does it for Walmart, guys. Actually, some pretty decent selection this week. Not bad at all, guys. All right, let's head out. Not bad at all this week, guys. Not bad at all. Definitely a bounce back from last week, which was definitely much slower. This one, there's definitely a lot more to check out and see. Very cool stuff this week. Not really much in the way of major exclusives. We did see that one for Pet Sematary, but that was a 2-movie pack. I think we will definitely see exclusives this week from the other stores, but nothing really too major. But the selection is definitely much better than last week. A lot of cool new releases, some TV seasons, some 4K upgrades. Not half bad this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed it here at Walmart. Let's head to the next location and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are at our second location, Target. Now, this is definitely a bigger bounce back compared to last week, as I've said before, but, you know, I'm curious where Target's going to fit into all this, because even though it was slow last week, Walmart had the independent releases that definitely boosted it. Best Buy had some other unique titles and interesting collections that we were able to check out. Target didn't have much more outside of the new releases, so what are we going to find this week? Well, I'm expecting the new releases. I'm expecting perhaps some other outside of the box titles, maybe an exclusive. It's Target, and sometimes it's a gamble with Target. We're never quite sure what we're going to find. A lot of times I've been surprised, and other times, well, not so much. What will this week bring? Well, let's have to go in and find out. Let's check it out. Alright, everybody, we are in a Target here, and the first thing I am seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Pet Sematary for $22.99, the DVD for $17.99 right here, guys, and another horror remake. Seems like we get a shit ton of them every single year, guys, and, you know, the more I was thinking about it, I've noticed that there's not many, like, movies that came from Stephen King books that have gotten remade. There's not many of them. I was thinking of It. There was that one. I know they've done like a TV movie thing for The Shining, which was really shitty. I also know they did a remake of Salem's Lot years ago with, I think, Rob Lowe, and that was really bad, man. You know, we're in a remake craze now, and you gotta be really picky and choosy in what you do. You really honestly have to. You know, you can't just go and remake everything. And Stephen King is a really tough person to remake his stuff, because again, he's very specific when he writes. He's a brilliant horror writer. To try to translate that to the page, sometimes it's a 1 in a million chance. You get it right once, and then you just don't get it right again. I feel that's the same way with Pet Sematary. I mean, I left the theater, and there was nothing here that I felt that needed to be remade, that it made anything better. I left the theater like, what was the point? And unfortunately, I mean, it's a good thing that we're in a renaissance of Stephen King, but at the same time, I think we have to be more picky and choosy about what we do, because I think there's a thinking of, hey, we'll just remake everything because everyone loves Stephen King. Well, yeah, everyone loves Stephen King, but not everyone loves everything Stephen King, and not everything that Stephen King does can be interpreted in movie form. You know what I mean, guys? I mean, a lot of it fails. I mean, definitely let me know what some of your worst Stephen King adaptations are, and what are some Stephen King stories that you think are just impossible to tell on the screen. I'm very interested to know. I haven't read everything Stephen King, but I've read enough where he's a very unique voice in horror, and you just got to be careful in what you remake, because sometimes it just isn't going to work, guys. Unfortunately so. Then over here we have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Little for $24.99, the DVD for $19.99 here, and oh god, You know, as I said at Walmart, very unfunny movie. The comedy falls completely flat, and they try to go for that switching into a kid's body comedy. And there's been a lot of movies that have done that before. I can't think of many, but I'm thinking of like Freaky Friday did it pretty well with Jamie Lee and Lindsay Lohan. Also, another one I'm going to recommend to you guys, Vice Versa. If you guys remember that one from the 80s with Fred Savage and Judge Reinhold. Yeah, man, going down the rabbit hole on that one. That's a great one, dude. A really, really underrated movie. Definitely check that one out. Those comedies work. This one, I just feel like it was just, again, very mean-spirited, and you don't get to root for any of the characters, and it just, man, it was lacking in a big way. It had potential, but it really fell flat here. It really did. There's better comedies out there. There's better little kid comedies. There's better comedies with these actors in them. This is just not one of them, guys. So honestly, I would say stay away from this one for sure. It's not witty and it's not sharp. So that's completely wrong, guys. Just saying. Then over here, I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of After for $24.99 right here, guys. And God, what a really terrible young adult adaptation. I mean, I didn't read the books. And I think there's like a trilogy of books out there. To be fair, I didn't read the books, so I have no idea about how this compares to the books at all. But there's been so many young adult romance movies to come out recently. And, you know, to be honest, a lot of them aren't bad. I mean, Love, Simon was really good. If I Stay, The Spectacular Now, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I mean, there's a lot of really great young adult movie adaptations out there. This just felt very generic, and it just felt, you know, like just, you know, something that you'd pick up in the airport for $5. I mean, honestly, it did nothing for me. The romance was weak. The characters were weak. There was no motivation behind anything. It just, if this is the standard of what we're putting up for romantic movies nowadays, then I'm calling it quits, guys. I'm just saying, I'm calling it quits, because I can't deal with this. I mean, there's way better stuff out there, I think, on Netflix than this, and this got a theatrical release, so, you know, go figure. Yeah. Again, let me know what some of your favorite young adult romance adaptations are, but I don't think this is going to be on the list, guys. Then the next thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray digital of High Life for $16.99 right here, guys. And like I said, this is a very unique and interesting movie, but I'm going to forewarn you guys, there's a lot of sex in this movie. There's a lot of sexual situations in here. It's a lot of really bizarre and weird sexual stuff that I think is going to maybe turn a lot of people off. I mean, it didn't really turn me off because I've seen some really weird stuff, guys. Some really far out there and really weird stuff, man. So it didn't really get to me, but I think for some people it may be a turn-off. But it explores sexuality in a really big way, and I'm okay with it. But I know some people might get turned off, but definitely go in knowing that they explore sex in a lot of ways, like with a lot of things and instruments, and I was not expecting it, so just know that right off the bat. And this movie's distributed by A24, and one of my subscribers, Griff, ended up sending me a comment about A24 and how some A24 movies are a little bit underwhelming. Like, there's a lot that are really good from A24, and there's a lot that are not so great. I happen to think A24 is not a bad company. They definitely take a risk and they take a chance on a lot of movies that I think big studios won't take a chance on. I tend to not really hate on them because they take chances on these really far out there exploratory movies that I feel like big studios won't touch anymore. Back in the day, if you remember the 70s or the 80s, a lot of studios used to really finance these big, like, weird and experimental, like, movies. And now not many studios are really doing that anymore. And A24 is one of the companies that are continuing to do it. So I'm really happy to see that. But yeah, I give them credit for at least releasing this. But yeah, there is some A24 movies that are not so hot. Um, trying to thinking of a few, but most of the ones I have seen is pretty good, guys. Definitely let me know if there are some A24 movies that you like and some A24 movies that are really bad. Definitely let me know. But this one is another one in the A24 canon that is really unique and interesting. Again, a very bizarre space odyssey type of movie, but one that I think if you like these type of ones, far out there, sometimes doesn't make the most sense, but a beautiful, weird, and bizarre trip, then definitely give High Life a chance. Not bad. Other than that, guys, that does it for Target. Not a lot over here, guys, but an okay amount. All right, let's head out. It's an okay amount here, guys. I was hoping for a little bit more, and I was hoping for maybe an exclusive for Pet Sematary, but unfortunately we really didn't get that, guys. Again, I keep sometimes forgetting that Target is family friendly, so they're not really going to put any effort into something like Pet Sematary, whereas maybe other stores are going to do it. But it's Target, hit and miss one week to another. But actually, I've got a story right here, guys. So before I came in here, there was nothing on the shelves. There was no new releases on the shelves whatsoever. And I went up to one of the Target employees and I was like, hey, you guys didn't put out anything this week? And he's like, well, we'll put out the new releases on the day when they come out. And I'm like, that's today. And he's like, oh, well, did anything come out this week? And I said, yeah, there was quite a few things that came out this week. And so he came over and he was looking at the shelving and everything, and he's like, oh, well, let me go in the back and look. And I said, okay, we'll go in the back and look. And he finally found the stuff and he put it out. But it's really bad when the customers know more about the release dates than the employees do. That's pretty rough, guys. I won't fault him completely because he's an underling. He's just stocking the shelves. But, on Tuesday, as far as media is concerned, there's really only one important thing, and that's movies. And as long as you get them out, I'm a happy camper. So at least they did get out some stuff. Again, not a huge selection, but not bad either. Alright, guys. Well, let's head to the third and final location and see what goodies we'll find there. Alright, everybody, we are at our third and final location, the Beast Best Buy. But before we go in, I want to talk about a couple trailers with you guys. The first being Knives Out. Now, I forgot to talk about this last week, but I figured, well, I still won't, miss an opportunity to talk to you guys about it. And, I did not know anything about this movie. I did not know they were making this movie. I didn't know anything about what it was going to be or anything. And I watched the trailer and I'm like, this looks good. Man, this looks really good. It's a really great, interesting murder mystery that has a little bit of tongue-in-cheek quality to it, a little bit of action, a little bit of gore and violence. It looks really fun, really interesting, and I'm really down for it. And it's got a great cast, man. I mean, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson, Daniel Craig, Toni Collette. I mean, my God, man, there's a shitload of people. Christopher Plummer is here as well. Man, there's a ton of cast here, man. I mean, it looks really cool, man. Now, it's directed by Rian Johnson, and I know you guys are going to be quick to be like, well, Rian Johnson, God, he directed Star Wars The Last Jedi. Look, I'm not a fan of Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'll freely admit that. However, I am a fan of Looper, and I think Looper is really good. I think Brick is really good that he did before Looper. I think if he does his own thing, if he does his own sort of, original idea or something that he comes up with himself, I think maybe he can shine a little bit more. Doing something within sort of other people's parameters or other people's expectations maybe is not up his alley. Maybe it's something that he shouldn't be doing. So I am looking forward to this. I hope it's more in the way of Looper and Brick than it is actually Star Wars Last Jedi. We'll see, guys. It looks fun, man. It looks really fun, and I am up for a good murder mystery, so it does definitely looks like something I would be up for in a big bad way. The next trailer I saw was Mulan. Now, look, let's be honest, most of the Disney remakes are out now, minus, Lion King. So, of course, we need to start setting up next year's remakes, and might as well start with Mulan. I kind of knew Mulan was gonna end up getting redone eventually. They're doing them all, man. They really are. So there's gonna be nothing left to really mine from eventually. They're just doing everything, man. I honestly did really like the trailer, though. I'm not gonna lie, man. I like the story. I liked who they've cast. I like that they haven't done sort of a whitewash thing, that they've actually cast like the actual authentic type of actors for this piece. I like how it looks like there's going to be some really cool action in here as well. I like these type of stories. I really do like the animated Mulan quite a bit. I think that's a really interesting and really great, well-told animated story. I hope they do a good job of translating it to live action. I think this one will. There's been a couple that I've been a little bit hesitant on: Aladdin, Dumbo, Beauty and the Beast. But this one, for some reason, I think has the best shot to actually be translated in a really great way live action. Something tells me, just with the battle scenes and with the story, something tells me that they could do something really dynamic here, guys, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it looks really good, honestly, and I can't wait till spring of 2020. It's a little bit of ways, but I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out, guys. I hope you are too. Definitely let me know. And in the meantime, let's head into Best Buy and see what the Beast has. Alright everybody, we are over here at Best Buy, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Pet Sematary for $19.99. They have got the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $27.99, and they have an only at Best Buy limited edition 4K Ultra HD Steelbook right here for $32.99 right here. Not bad at all. I kind of like that. It's slightly different than that. I believe this was also one of the theatrical posters as well, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of like both, actually. I don't know. I think I prefer this one a little bit more, but I do like the design of this. Not bad at all, guys. Pretty decent here. Like I said, I just kind of wish that the movie was better, though. And honestly, it's just like, it really is a Stephen King renaissance, man, because there's so much that's getting redone. I mean, I'm looking forward to It Chapter 2. I know they're doing another remake of The Stand. I'm hearing a remake of they're doing for Firestarter. I hear they're doing a TV show for The Dark Tower. Oh my god, I think there's a Tommyknockers remake coming down the line as well. There's so much stuff that's coming down, man. I mean, I think, again, once It Chapter 1 was a huge success, I think everyone jumped on the bandwagon, man, and everything's getting done. Even a lot of stuff that basically hasn't gotten adapted yet is going to be taking a crack at, too. There's a lot of stuff that's coming down the pike, guys. Some of it's going to be good, some of it's going to be bad. I guess we just have to wait and see, but definitely let me know what some of your favorite Stephen King movies are. Honestly, for me, the original Pet Sematary is still great. The Shining is still great. I'll also put Sleepwalkers there as well. Sleepwalkers is kind of goofy, a little bit ridiculous, but I like that one too. There's quite a bit that I do like, guys. Stephen King is the master of horror, and some of the remakes are good and some of them are bad. Some of the movies succeed, some of them don't. I think it's about all how you adapt his material. If you do a good job in it, I think they come off great. If you kind of steer too far away from it, I think that's when they kind of go off the rails. But I think this one kind of goes off the rails. But definitely let me know, guys. And you get an alternate ending, deleted and extended scenes, Night Terrors. Over 90 minutes of bonus content. Okay, interesting. Well, I don't know if it's worth it, guys, to be honest with you. I would stick with the 1989 original, but that's just me. But, you know, not bad release, though, for either. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of Gotham for $24.99, the 5th and final season right here, guys. Ooh, you know, I gotta get into it because I do like the Batman mythology. I just kind of feel like Batman is really overdone. He's one of those superheroes where I feel like they've done literally almost everything they could possibly do with him. I mean, there is still some new territory that you can do, but for the most part, I kind of feel like there's not much more ground to cover. I mean, I am looking forward to that Matt Reeves Batman whenever that gets cast. I mean, or fully cast, I should say. They have casted some of it, but not all of it yet. I am looking forward to that because I like Matt Reeves as a director. But again, they gotta really wow me because I've seen a lot of Batman movies. On the other hand, they're also coming out with that Alfred Pennyworth show about Bruce's butler many years ago when he was like some sort of spy or something. I don't know about that one. That one looks really weird, guys. That kind of looks like they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel with Batman. You know what I'm saying? They're just like continuing to do these things with it, and they're just milking it for all it's worth. Again, I like the Michael Keaton ones. I like the old school Adam West stuff. Some of the Christian Bale stuff is good. I'm just kind of getting tired of Batman. I need a break from Batman. You know what I'm saying? But again, I have heard good things about this show, especially the later seasons. Does it end on a high note, or is it not so great? Definitely let me know about Gotham, and let me know what you think of Batman in general, guys. Are you kind of tired out, or do you want more? Not bad. And you also get here a bunch of features, 3 additional featurettes here. You get unaired scenes, exploration of your favorite DC supervillains. Not bad. Some cool special features here for your money's worth. Not bad for $24.99 if you are interested in Gotham. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of High Life for $16.99 right here, guys. Ooh, you know, I do have to say this. Robert Pattinson, man. Robert Pattinson is a very unique and interesting actor, and he's doing a lot of interesting projects. You know, I remember when he did Twilight, and I think everyone was ready to be like, okay, this guy's terrible. But I was not one of them, dude. I was one of the people who was like, give this guy a chance, because Twilight can't be the only thing he ever does. And he's done a lot of really interesting things. Cosmopolis, Water for Elephants, a lot of really fascinating and interesting movies. He was also in The Rover, which was really good as well. He takes on very unique and interesting projects, and I kind of find now that whenever Robert Pattinson is part of a project, then it's something that he's really fascinated with and something he's really passionate about. And I know he did just get cast as Batman in the Matt Reeves one, and I'm on the fence about that. I mean, I'm interested in it. I think it could be cool, but at the same time, I'm really apprehensive because as much as I like Robert Pattinson, can he pull off Bruce Wayne? It's tough. You got to pull off Bruce Wayne and Batman. Can Robert Pattinson do it? Well, he's a good actor. It's possible. He has big shoes to fill. There's a lot of great actors who've done it. We'll see how he does, but at least it lets me know that the script must be really good for him to want to sign on. Because he doesn't do these projects just to do them. He definitely wants to do some really interesting and fascinating work. And High Life is one of them, guys. That is for sure. You get here making of High Life and the visuals of the Abyss, the look of High Life as well. It's a very fascinating movie, very weird and bizarre, but it's a beautifully made film. And again, it feels a little bit dragged out, but outside of that though, if you like very interesting and offbeat sci-fi dramas, definitely check this one out, guys. And I'm seeing over here they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Hulk for $17.99 right here, guys. And I really do like the character of Hulk, but I've noticed it's very tough for them to adapt the Hulk character. I mean, outside of doing the stuff with the military, and they did skim some of the Planet Hulk stuff in Thor Ragnarok, but it's really tough to adapt this character, I've found. And honestly, the MCU cannot do any solo Hulk movie because Universal owns the rights, so they can't even do that. So they have to include Hulk in other things, like other character stories and stuff like that. I mean, again, I like the character quite a bit, and I like what they've done with it. It's a shame that this movie never really got off the ground as far as people being interested in it. I kind of feel like it was really odd and bizarre, and people were not quite sure what to make of this yet. It wasn't part of any sort of major like comic book thing. It wasn't part of like an ongoing series. It was just a standalone Hulk movie by a very interesting auteur in Ang Lee, who has never done anything like this before. So it was a very odd and strange movie at the time when it came out. I think people have appreciated it more over time for what it was trying to accomplish and do. It's a really interesting and fascinating look into the Hulk character. It goes into the psyche of him. It goes into this father-son dynamic that you don't really get in the MCU stuff. I really appreciate it. I really like Sam Elliott as General Ross. Jennifer Connelly was really good here as Betty. There was a lot of really great stuff here, which I wish they would have done a sequel on. At the end of the movie, they kind of set up a sequel a little bit that they never did. Again, because the movie kind of failed at the box office, but it is really good and worth your time, guys, if you get a chance to watch it. I really honestly enjoy it. Not bad at all, guys. And it probably looks really great in 4K here. You get deleted scenes, evolution of the Hulk, the incredible Ang Lee, the dogfight scene, the making of Hulk, feature commentary, so much more. A lot of this stuff was ported over from the previous release, but it's nice to still have it on the 4K. Definitely give it a look if you haven't. Definitely give it a relook, because it is definitely worth it to check out, and one of the more unique Hulk movies for sure. Then over here I'm seeing they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Digital Best Buy exclusive steelbook for Waterworld for $19.99. This is really weird, guys, because honestly, out of any steelbook that they would have done, doing Waterworld, like, I would have never thought in a million years that they would have done Waterworld, but here we are. It looks really interesting. I like the cover here. It looks very, very cool. I just don't know, man. Out of all the stuff you do one for Waterworld just shocks the hell out of me, guys. I will admit, though, man, that this was a period in the 90s when there were so many movies that were bombing, dude. Remember that one, Cutthroat Island? That bombed big time. That Super Mario Brothers one did. Like, these big, high-concept movies failing. And just remember, it was a time when Waterworld just was the highest budgeted movie that had the biggest flop, and I remember just how infamous this movie was for years and years and years. And I think the stink has sort of gotten off it now, and I think people can finally appreciate the film for what it is and actually look at it in a very interesting way instead of just for maybe the bomb that it was. But yeah, it's very weird to actually have Waterworld on a exclusive steelbook of all things. Unfortunately here, you only get the original theatrical version, and I don't think you get any other special features here. Outside of an extended cut, which I don't know how good the extended cut is. I don't know why people would buy this version, and the reason why I say that is not because the movie's bad or anything, but because there's actually an Arrow video edition that is out that is absolutely gorgeous and stunning, and it's got a ton of special features on there, and it's Arrow, so of course they did good quality. It's not 4K, but you get a lot of great special features and picture quality, and I think that one would be worth it, guys. This edition, you get no special features. I would say skip it on this one, guys. I definitely got to revisit it, though. But if I revisit it, it will be the Arrow edition for sure. Next thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of Little for $22.99 right here, guys. And oh man, you know, I'm noticing that there's not a lot of really great comedies this year. I'm noticing that there really isn't. Like with last year, there was so many really great comedies. Super Troopers 2, Game Night, Blockers, and a ton more. There was a lot of really good comedies that came out, and I'm finding that there's not many great comedies anymore that's coming out this year. A lot of really watered down, not so funny. This one is part of the pack, guys. I hate to say it, but it really is. It's just a mess. It's trying to be funny. It's trying to do the little kid thing, and it's a big person's mind, and they're you know, all of the little people jokes, but man, I just feel like it kind of fails, guys, and it doesn't really work. And honestly, I would say you can find much better comedies out there. Little is one of those ones where, seriously, skip it, guys, because if you buy this, it means that they think you like this type of stuff, and in reality, this stuff is really lame and deserves to be thrown in the garbage big time. It's comedies like this that give comedies a bad name, for sure, guys. But if you do like it, can't blame you. They have feature commentary here, More Than a Little Talent, Black Mama Whooping Situation, Regina Goes Wild, and Survival Guide. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm not a fan of it, but then again, I like a slightly different type of comedy than this, though. And the next thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of After for $22.99 right here. You know what, guys? This is just a lame attempt to add a romantic comedy, or I'm sorry, a romantic drama. I just really don't. I just think it's watered down, and I think people are expecting watered down romantic movies nowadays. I remember back in the day, like Sleepless in Seattle, or Murphy's Romance, or stuff like that, man, that really was like really great movies that really touched your heart. And this does not touch your heart at all, guys. Not good at all. I would say, honestly, skip it, guys. After is not the one that you want to invest your time into. Unless you like these young adult sort of movies, but I honestly would say skip it. Honestly, I'm being kind, guys. There's better young adult romantic movies, and this just feels very formulaic and just kind of a waste of time. Even if the books are good, this is not so much, guys. You also get here deleted scenes, wedding wrap, a few featurettes, nothing really major. Honestly, this is a skip it, guys. There's better young adult movies out there. This, not so much. And the only other thing I'm seeing over here, guys, is they have The Professor, the Blu-ray and digital for $14.99 right here. Now, again, man, I did enjoy this movie, and it was nice to see Johnny Depp in, like, not a crazy, like, I've got a lot of makeup on and I'm doing over-the-top ridiculous things type of role. And I have to admit that I'm not as big of a fan of Johnny Depp as I used to be. I used to be a huge fan of Johnny Depp back in the day, man. Huge fucking fan, bro. Man, God, you know, some of those early roles like Cry Baby, that John Waters movie, Benny and June. Oh my God, Edward Scissorhands. And I think Edward Scissorhands is where he started to get into the weird makeup stuff. But it worked back then. It really did. I mean, stuff like that. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is one of my top 10 favorite films of all time. I absolutely adore Ed Wood. I think Ed Wood is classic. He's done a lot of really fascinating and interesting roles. And somewhere along the line, I think he wasn't doing it for the creativity anymore. I think he was doing it for the money. And I think that's a problem, because as an actor, you want to do it for the creativity of the role. I think he had to pay a lot of bills, and I think he was having issues with Amber Heard at the time, and there was so much drama going on in his life, and I think he's taken a lot of roles that don't suit him, and I hope that he goes back to more independent work that maybe is a little bit more riskier and stuff that's a little bit more offbeat. Things like Alice in Wonderland or more Pirates of the Caribbean stuff, you don't really need it, man. It's done. It's over with. Do something interesting and more independent, and be that old school actor that I know Johnny Depp can be. He still has a lot of potential. He has a lot of talent. he's wasted it on certain roles, but I hope that he gets back to going back to his roots. That's what I really hope, guys. And I think the Professor is one of those. I really honestly do, guys. Definitely give it a look. It's not half bad. The only thing I see over here is they have the making of the Professor, probably a very short featurette right here. Not too much here, actually. Definitely give it a look. I'm hoping Johnny Depp gets back to true Johnny Depp form in the future for sure, guys. Other than that, that does it for this area of Best Buy. There is a lot to show off this week for sure. Let's see if they have anything else. Alright guys, we are over in this section of Best Buy here, and one of the things I'm seeing here is they have the complete series of Gotham right here on Blu-ray. There is no price or anything, so I don't know how much it actually is, but this is really great. The first like series box set, we didn't see it over anywhere else, so that's really nice. See what that got there. Shows off all of the covers on the side and on the inside there with all that stuff. Huh, not bad at all. Again, man, you know, as I said, I'm kind of burnt out on Batman. I really am. But what really, I think, makes this show unique is probably the villains. I don't think they really, from what I know, they don't really use Batman all too much. I mean, he's kind of young. I think they maybe use it a little bit towards the end of the final season, what I'm hearing, but I think what fascinates me is probably the villains, and from what I gather, this is chock full of good villains, man. And so I am kind of curious. You guys gotta let me know if this is worth it or not, man. But this is really cool. If you guys have been waiting for a complete series set, now's the time to come to Best Buy and do it. Not bad at all. I don't know if there's any special features here or not. It doesn't really say, but I'm assuming that it's just all of the same features that's on each of the discs, so it might just be stuff from the individual seasons as well. But again, man, I mean, honestly, from what I'm hearing, the villains are really cool, and it's also got some Jim Gordon action in there as well. You know, I don't think there's much more to do with Batman and the Batman universe. I think sometimes Batman mythology is kind of spinning its wheels, but when it's good, and Gotham might be good. You just guys got to let me know. But very actually interesting box set there. Very cool. So you've got the 5th and final season, and you have this huge box set. If you're a fan of Gotham and have decided to wait, might be the time, guys. Then over here, I am seeing they have that, there it is. They have the Blu-ray digital of Pet Sematary here for $9.99. Now, this is the 1989 film, and they also still have that Best Buy 4K Ultra HD Steelbook that I showed a while back when the 1989 one was releasing before the remake came out. And honestly, guys, I still love the 1989 original. I think the cat is better. I think the little kid is better. I think the characters are more likable and better. I like the plot. I like the deaths. I like the gore better. For me, really is no comparison. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, there's certain remakes that are better than the other ones. And then there's other times when, quite frankly, the remake can't even compare. And this is one of those times, dude. It really honestly is. You know, for me, I just can't see... I understand why they do remakes, and we're getting remakes constantly, whether it's Disney live-action ones, whether it's other remakes. I get why they're doing remakes. I honestly do. I'm not hating on every remake, but you gotta make it worthwhile, or you have to make remakes that are, in my opinion... You have to make remakes out of movies that are not good. If the movie is already good and a classic, why are you remaking it? Remake something that's bad, and then you can improve upon it. But making something on a Pet Sematary, which was already good to begin with, was a real failure. And unfortunately, I think they missed the mark in a big bad way, guys. But if you have not experienced the 1989 original, well, what the hell are you guys doing? Definitely get up on it. This is $9.99, guys. It's a great deal for a Blu-ray digital. Great deal. Not only do you get this, but you get a digital copy as well. Not half bad. Or if you want to go with the interesting steelbook that they have right here too, not half bad either. Either way, I don't think you can go wrong with the 1989 original. In my opinion, well, my humble opinion, better than the 2019 remake. Alright guys, that should do it for Best Buy, guys. There was not bad selection this week. A lot of interesting stuff to show off. Alright, let's head out. Quite a bit to show off this week, guys, dare I say. I mean, you had a lot here, man. You had the new releases, you had the 4K upgrades, you had that Pet Sematary Steelbook, which was really interesting. You also had that Steelbook for Waterworld. I would have never thought in my lifetime that I would see a Steelbook for Waterworld, of all things, but, yeah, go figure. Anything is possible, right, guys? Especially when you go doing the out and abouts, for sure. Outside of that, man, there was just a lot of really great stuff that came out this week. Definitely much more than last week. You have your sci-fi, you have your comedy, you have your horror. There is a lot of great stuff that came out this week. Definitely a lot for movie lovers. Not half bad for this out and about, guys. Let's head home and finish the video. Alright, everybody, that'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And, you know, this was definitely a bounce back from last week for sure. More titles to check out, more selection, variety. Always good for the out and about, guys, trust me. And it's always good sometimes to take a little bit of a week break and then come back and definitely find some good titles to check out. This week definitely had quite a few to give a look to. And I wanted to say something real quick because, you know, I noticed that with the 4K upgrade stuff, we're getting some really interesting titles right now with 4K upgrades. Things like Hulk and Waterworld, which are interesting titles to put on 4K right now. They're not exactly ones that would be in demand, I would say. They're just ones that they're putting out there. But I would argue that just because they're 4K doesn't mean that you actually have to buy them. Because sometimes with these older titles, 4K quality is just the 4K quality. It doesn't mean that it's better than Blu-ray. Sometimes the Blu-ray is better than the 4K. I've seen it before, guys. I honestly have. And before you buy just 4K, look and see if there's any other releases out there of the title before you just go straight to 4K. Like I told you guys with Waterworld, there's this great Arrow video release that they have that even though it's just Blu-ray, it's from what I hear from everybody, it's phenomenal picture quality. You have amazing special features, commentaries, everything like that. With this 4K release, all you get is the 4K disc and an extended edition. That's it. Again, I feel like they're just putting these titles out to put them out, just like bum rushing the market with 4Ks that maybe just aren't going to sell. It's kind of weird right now what's going on with 4K because some titles they put out make a lot of sense, and other titles I kind of scratch my head like, really? Like they're putting this out? It's kind of baffling what's going on with 4K right now. I just feel like there's no strategy with 4K. They're just sort of putting titles out there for the sake of putting them out. I mean, I'm still a Blu-ray guy. I do buy 4Ks from time to time, but most of the 4Ks I buy, and you guys have seen it with the Blu-ray pickup videos, is mainly newer titles that I pick up with 4K. The older titles, I'm fine with Blu-ray. I'm fine with that. I don't really need a 4K quality to enjoy an older movie. I'm fine with just Blu-ray. Again, look for other editions. Do your research. Just because a 4K edition is out there doesn't mean that that is the edition to buy. There might be a different edition out there that has either more special features or something that appeals to you other than that release that just came out. I tend to tell people, look, there's so many releases out there of all these titles that are out on the market. And you really need to, as a consumer, be very aware of how many editions are out there, which editions they are, what do you prefer. You know, to be honest, I'm not made of money, guys. I only have a certain amount to spend per month, and I have to be very careful in what I buy and what I choose to spend my money on. And sometimes I go into these places and I say, is this title or this edition worth it? It's got to have the special features. It's got to have the good picture quality. It's got to have the great packaging. It's got to have everything that you really, as a consumer, want. You might be different than me, but in the end, I think it's about um, your value, your money's worth. And if you think you can get that with that certain edition, then definitely go for it, guys. But that's just my opinion. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think about that. I also wanted to say a couple things because there's an actor that passed away about a couple weeks ago that I forgot to really talk about, and that's Billy Drago. I totally forgot to mention him, and it was really sad to see him go because he's a name that not many people really talk about. He's a character actor, one who's done some really great character work. A lot of people remembered him for The Untouchables, and he was great in The Untouchables. I actually remember him from Vamp. I think he was awesome in Vamp. I remember. I think that's the first thing I ever saw him in was Vamp, and he was very, just weird and bizarre and creepy. And I was like, I don't know who this guy is, but he's weirding me out in a big bad way. And he's done a lot of like TV. He did a Masters of Horror episode. He's done a ton of work, X Files and whatnot. He's been in a lot of indie films and a lot of horror B movies, and he's somebody that I think was definitely a working actor and somebody who definitely didn't wasn't all about the glitz and glamour and being a major star. He just wanted good roles. He just wanted character work and to keep on working. And I know a lot of people are gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him too. I never met the guy, but I did hear good things about him. And I think for a lot of us out there, especially who love these sort of niche movies, I think we appreciate these character actors, how they go out of their way to really create something really unique for a character. And it really only takes one performance for us to really remember these people. You know what I mean? Like, again, people talk about The Untouchables. I talk about Vamp. He's done a lot of work that really has resonated with people and people have really enjoyed. It's sad to see another character actor go, but he did a lot of great work and a lot of work that is on your shelves, on my shelves. You will truly be missed, Billy Drago. Definitely let me know what your favorite Billy Drago performance is. I would love to find out. And, well, I hope you guys picked up something good this week. There was a lot of stuff to come out. Definitely let me know what you picked up. As far as I was concerned, well, I got a package at my doorstep, guys, from, Diabolic DVD right here, guys. I got a package in the mail from the good folks over at Diabolic, and this is one of the new releases that came out this week, and this is one I've actually never seen before, but the company is really unique. They don't put out a lot of releases, but when they do, I tend to pay attention because I really like what they do. I like the special features. I like the effort that they put into their releases, and this is no exception, guys. So I am definitely looking forward to checking out this bad boy in a big bad way. And that's actually all I picked up this week. There's definitely more coming in the mail for sure, guys. And a lot of great releases coming out in July. Definitely keep up to date with everything that I pick up because I will be posting the July pickups at the beginning of next month. It'll show off all the titles that I got for the month of July. And again, I do know what I'm grabbing. A lot of cool collector's editions, limited editions, stuff with really cool slipcovers and collectibles. And I always pick up some unique releases, guys. And this month will be no different. So definitely keep a lookout for that. And, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray DVD Tuesday videos I do. Check out the Blu-ray pickup videos I do every single month. Check out the theatrical movie reviews I do with my friends, plus so much more content that is on the channel. And this has been a crazy, wild ride of a summer, guys. So much physical media to check out. So many movies in the theaters to go and see. Oh man, a lot of stuff. My friend Bob and I just put our Spider-Man Far From Home review on the channel. You can check that out. A spoiler review for that. Also, my friend John and I did a review for the horror movie Midsummer. That's also a spoiler review. We just put that out as well. Two very interesting and very diverse movies. One on this end of the spectrum and one on this way other end. Very unique discussions that we have, so definitely check those out as well. Plus, so many other movie reviews that we've done this summer, and just so much stuff to check out, man. This has really been a very just packed, jam packed, full of movies, guys, on any spectrum, going to the theater or going to the stores and picking up releases. Yeah, man, it's been a good time for a movie lover, so I hope you guys have definitely dug into that in a big bad way. And yeah, so if you love what I do, guys, definitely hit subscribe and become part of the Film Fan Nation. Look, I want to thank my subscribers. You guys are, God, man, you guys are really awesome. And the love and support that you give me and you give the channel in general just blows my mind. And I can't thank for, I, I can't in any way thank you guys enough. I really can't, because you guys really are some of the best out there. And I look forward to hearing from you guys and getting comments and the support. And it makes me continue doing this, and it makes it worthwhile for me. So I do appreciate you guys 100%. And yeah, I really do. So if you guys like what I do, like how I talk about movies, then definitely hit subscribe. And keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special videos and pictures I post from time to time on social media as well. Alright, guys, well, this was definitely on the upswing, and I think next week will be on the upswing as well. Hope you pick up something good during the week, enjoy some movies, and I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.